Wigan are currently bottom of the championship table. The job of their manager Kolo Toure is in jeopardy, and this once former Premier League staple is in big danger of going back down to the 3rd division. Never fear, Mr. Rebuild is here. Wigan Athletic, get ready, it's time to be rebuilt. So here is the default starting lineup that FIFA 23 has given Wigan Athletic. The big thing with this squad, which is an issue, is we have such an aging squad, so many players into their 30s. And surviving relegation with a budget of just £4 million is going to be so difficult. We're going up against teams like Burnley, Watford, all these teams that have Premier League budgets. So the goal for season number 1 with Wigan Athletic, don't go down to League One. And the motto of don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player is going to come into big effect here, because I have transfer listed a lot of these starting players. Need to toe the line between getting players that are going to be good for the future, but also help us survive relegation. I want a new goalkeeper though, a keeper that can be here for a very long time, which is why we are dropping £2.7 million, hopefully, to get Michael Cooper from Plymouth Argyle. They say 2.9. Normally I would be happy with that, but we really have to penny pinch in this rebuild, which is why we get a £2.8 million offer accepted. It is sad to see Wigan Athletic being the team they are now, given during my whole childhood, they were a mainstay in the Premier League. The way a lot of you guys think about, let's say, a Crystal Palace sort of side right now is how I felt about Wigan Athletic growing up. And we get it over the line. We have a new number 1 shot stopper, as Michael Cooper is coming from the top of League One to the bottom of the championship. Sorry, mate. We do have our first player departure though. It is a nice little cash injection into the side as we get £1 million extra to the budget as we sell Tendaya Darikwa. And it's a second player departure. Curtis Till is off to the Saudi Arabian League. And this man now has to go mark Cristiano Ronaldo. A new addition to the left-hand side of our midfield as well. It is Marco Tilio, the Australian midfielder, joining us from Melbourne City. This kid is one of the brightest prospects in Australian football, and I really want to make sure he lives up to the hype. Tom Naylor also out of the club, off to LAFC for £970,000. Poor fella's got to trade beautiful Wigan for terrible, desolate Los Angeles. What a poor fella. Clearing up some more salary cap space, some more transfer budget space. Guion Edwards? I have never seen that name before. Let's just say Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards, I don't care. He's gone. Someone needs to make a compilation of me just struggling pronunciating names. I'm confused because I thought Miguel Aziz was only at Wigan on loan, but apparently according to the game, he's there on a permanent, maybe transferred permanently this window. But anyways, we are going to send him on a 2-year loan move to this Scottish league. Normally, I don't show the opening day of the season or like random championship games, but the opening day of the season to Luton Town was a 6-3 scoreline. Cornick has started the season from Luton with 4 goals. Oh my. Anywho, we get out of that just ridiculous game and sell Charlie Wyke. Gives us an extra £870,000. And since we have Cooper, we no longer need Ben Amos. He is off to Casapia AC, wherever that is. I'm gonna take a guess and say Portugal. This kid looks like a bit of a beast, Thilo Asgard. So I'm gonna loan him out for 2 years and see if he can return higher rated. I'm trying to go in for this Elliot Anderson kid. I offered them £2.1 million and Eddie Howe has come back with the great wheeling and dealing to add a 1% sell-on clause. Nice stuff, Eddie. I'm sure when we sell him on for £5 million, that extra £5,000 is going to really matter compared to the Saudi money Newcastle has. But we are also saying goodbye to Jamie Jones, who's off to the Turkish league. No! Oh, are you kidding me? Marco Tilio, one of our new star signings, has torn his hamstring like 2 weeks after we signed him, and he's going to be out for 3 months. That is not the start we needed. But the pain of Tilio's injury is slightly numbed here because we have signed ourselves a new starting centre midfielder. It is Elliot Anderson, the Scotsman, making the move across from Newcastle United. But after the opening transfer window, this is how the side is now looking. We've I almost said euthanized. We certainly haven't euthanized the squad, but we've definitely got more of a youth aspect into this team. The big question though is, can we survive the relegation battle. Yeah, this is, oh my God, we are not looking good. We need to make some more changes here in the January transfer window. We are not only in the relegation battle, we are dug deep in there. We need to do some work if we're gonna get out. Need some money though if we are going to get the improvement in the position I want. I'm gonna make a player departure at the striker role. Josh McGinnis is off to Palermo. And the defensive midfielder, Jordan Cousins, the latest player in our money-making effort. I re-signed Joe Bennett to another one-year deal because he only had 6 months remaining on his contract, and I did that so we could sell him. We've got an extra £610,000 as we sell Joe Bennett to Dusseldorf. Come on, lads. Hopefully this is going to help us get out of the relegation hole. We've signed ourselves a new left back. It's Juvencio van der Kust. He's a +3 upgrade on what we already had. So hopefully that's getting us over the line. Come on. That is an embarrassing start to life at Wigan, lads. Maybe we're going to cut Kolo Toure some slack because we have finished second last in the championship with just 4 wins all season. But you know what really gets me? We had 21 draws. We had as many draws as we had losses. If we could have converted 4 of those draws into wins, then we'd probably survive relegation. That is, oh, we're going backwards big time. Not calling it a monster rebuild for nothing. As we scroll up the championship table, the sides being promoted are Watford and Middlesbrough. Man United won the FA Cup. We actually made it to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup as well. I would love to do well in this tournament. I remember when they won the FA Cup, Wigan, against Man City a couple years ago. I want to say like 2014? And that was just an unreal season. Maybe it was 2012 actually. If that was 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, that's mental. Arsenal have won the Carabao Cup, and it is going to be West Brom headed up to the Premier League as well. Somehow, we've managed to get 19 goals with Will Keane in a side that got relegated and won 4 games all year. That is wild. Saying goodbye to Ashley Fletcher and James McLean as well. James McLean is retiring. So getting relegated is not how we wanted life to begin at Wigan Athletic, but we're going to use it to shape us, to mold us, and we're going to come back to the championship stronger because of this experience. So I really want to use this trip to League One to our advantage. There are a few star players that we have, like Keane, like Corker, that are higher rated, but they're a little older, max power as well. So why not use this season to get younger players in that we can develop and absolutely stat pad so that our squad is better for the long term. Also, I love how we've been given £9 million in League One, but only 4 million in the championship. FIFA sometimes does things that doesn't make sense in my opinion. Stephen Humphries was out on loan last year. He's come back and he's 70 rated, so I'm gonna give him a chance up top this year. But I have decided I'm going to convert Marco Tilio from left midfielder to attacking midfielder because this Anthony Scully guy is actually developing nicely. So let's start him at left mid and Tilio at attacking mid. Our first signing of the season has been confirmed though. Ronnie Edwards is going to make the move across from Peterborough United and join us here at Wigan as our new starting centre half. It feels unfair having a player of Stephen Corker's stature and pedigree playing in the 3rd division, so we are going to send him up to the Premier League for maybe one last opportunity. He is off to West Brom. And Max Power is also out of the club. Cue the Simpsons clip of Max Power. If you know, you know.
Max Power.
I really want to get a centre midfielder in who can be here for the majority, if not the entirety of the rebuild. I want a starlet. Alex Scott fits the mold. Someone young that is already decent rated that we can mold into a superstar, and Bristol City accept the £3.85 million offer for Scott. There we go, lads. We have got it over the line. We got ourselves our new starting centre midfielder, Alex Scott. Welcome to Wigan Athletic. Get ready for a magnitude of loans. The first one, Luke Robinson, 2 years at Club Deportivo Lugo. Adiko is off to the Danish league, I want to say, for 2 years. This one's a permanent transfer. Graham Shinney is off to Sheffield United for £870,000. And there we go, Kieran Lloyd off to party and hopefully play some good footy in Ibiza. Surely this team is going to be good enough to get out of League One. I don't want to spend any more than 1 season in the 3rd division. I just want to use this as a building season, get the team firing, and then just dominate from here on in. I have kept some decent money for the January window though, so we can make some changes if necessary. All right, finally, we can change Marco Tilio to an attacking midfielder. He's currently a 68 rated left midfielder. Let's see if that overall goes up. It does not, it stays at 68. Let's just get him the 5-star skill moves and weak foot though. All right, this is a strong start, but to be totally honest, I wanted us to be first. I don't want to be going through the playoffs, so the goal for the second half of the season, I'm definitely making some upgrades to the team, and I want to make those upgrades so that we don't have to go through the ringer of the playoffs. Automatic is the goal. It's worked out really well for us. I wanted to sell Ryan Nyambe, and he also submitted a transfer request, so we've sold him to Fulham. I want to go out there and get ourselves a right back that is not only younger than Nyambe, not only has better potential than Nyambe, but is even higher rated than he currently is now. I want the whole package to get us promoted. I really want Nathan Patterson from Everton, but we're going to have to basically spend our entire transfer budget and hope he even wants to come down to Wigan if we're going to sign this guy. There's a lot of ifs, buts, and maybes, but let's see if we can get this over the line. So I'm going to jump in there and just say £8 million to Frank Lampard. Let's see what he says. He says yes straight away. Okay, that is part number 1 done and dusted. I mean, overall, that was relatively straightforward. The big question though, Nathan Patterson, does he even want to come down here? Obviously, he's going to be a crucial player. Let's bump that up to 4 years, try to get as many years out of him as possible. No release clause. We should be able to afford his wage. Yeah, okay, cool. You name your fees, you name your demands, Nathan Patterson. We accept them. Welcome to Wigan Athletic. I'm really hoping that the Scotsman is going to be a hero for us, a star for us for the next decade. I think this is more relief than it is like I'm psyched because we have been promoted to the championship. We're basically back where we began the rebuild, but with a much better squad. Like if we're in the relegation battle again next year in the championship, I'm going to be lost for words. The team's headed down to League 2 though are going to be Colchester, Stevenage, Cambridge and Mansfield Town. Liverpool did win the FA Cup, did we? We made the quarterfinals for the 2nd straight year. That would have been all time if we were playing Europa, like if we won the FA Cup and playing Europa League whilst in the Championship or League 1. And Man United won the Carabao Cup. I'm absolutely stoked we didn't have to go through the playoffs. Oh, I forgot about the Papa John's trophy, as if we didn't go deep in that. What I was trying to say was I didn't want to have to go through the playoffs. Ipswich Town, they had to, and they came out of it. Big season here for Stephen Humphries, 24 goals for him. Will Keane, I had this man on the bench. Will Keane got 22 goals and 6 assists coming off the bench. Going to start this 3rd season with an improvement to our defense. Levi Colwill is going to join us permanently on move here from Chelsea. He had 12 months remaining on his deal at Stamford Bridge, so we got him for a very good price of 6.4 million. I know he had a good season last year, but I don't want Will Keane taking any more first team opportunities from Marco Tilio. So we have sold the Irishman to Levante for £1.9 million. And I'm going to send this Scott Smith fella off on a season-long loan. He doesn't look like he's too great. I might sell him after this, but at least we might be able to get a little bit more money in the long term. And we are going to sell our backup centre-half Jason Kerr to Bordeaux for £2.65 million. It's actually wild because I know his cousin Wayne Kerr. Splashing the cash once again though, lads, bringing another player down from the Premier League to the Championship. It is Keane Lewis Potter joining us from Brentford. I have actually signed this guy to play as striker. It said he can play left wing and striker, so let's get the conversion. 52 weeks. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Let's go center forward and then we'll convert into a striker after that. Nothing too glamorous, but I'm going to sign a backup goalkeeper here, Stefan Baron from the free agents list. All right, Lewis Potter now a center forward, and that has cut it down from 58 weeks to 20 weeks to get him as a striker. Very excited to see what we can do in the Championship this season. There is no reason at all that we should be in the relegation battle again this year, lads. If we're in the relegation battle this year, I will shed a single tear. One thing I'm a little worried about though, maybe I should have signed some more free agent players, but our squad depth numbers, while strong on the bench, we're thin. We've got a thin squad. Come on, lads, we are on the cusp of playoff football. on the cusp. We're on 40 points. The relegation zone, I've still got PTSD. We're only 17 points clear, so we're not safe at the moment, but we are definitely in the hunt for hopefully promotion to the Premier League. That would be awesome. I'm just so paranoid about our squad depth numbers. We don't have a crazy amount of money, but I'm going to use what little money we do have to make a backup right midfield signing here. Tom Dele Bashiru, pretty sure he used to play for Watford, is going to join the club. And we have officially converted Keane Lewis Potter to a striker. We have gotten over the hump and we are in the championship playoffs, lads. Are we going to have back-to-back promotions or are we going to stay in the championship? I'm just glad we didn't get relegated. Nottingham Forest and Watford have comfortably been promoted to the Premier League. And then the teams that unfortunately have been relegated are Birmingham City, Rotherham United, and Sheffield Wednesday. Liverpool did win the FA Cup. Don't tell me we made the quarters again. No, we didn't. Colchester did. Damn, we had a proper stinker in the FA Cup this year. No, are you kidding me? We have lost the Carabao Cup final. Oh, that would have been awesome if we were a championship or like Premier League club. But if we were playing Europa League football next year, that would have been phenomenal. We got flogged in the final by Man City, but we made it so far. All right, lads, but this is the big one. We beat Middlesbrough 3-2 on aggregate in the playoff semi-finals. We're facing Norwich in the championship playoff final for a spot in the Premier League. Get in there, Wigan Athletic. It's taken us a bit of yo-yoing between the divisions, but in season number 4, we're going to be once again a Premier League club. Anthony Scully, I think we made the right call to have him as our starting left midfielder. 21 goals, 11 assists, and he's gone up 4 overall. He's revived his career, and this dude is an absolute baller. Premier League bound. Let's get at it, lads. So for me, we're in the Premier League right now. The goal has to be not getting relegated this year. I don't know if our team is good enough to survive the relegation battle, but we're going to give it our all. So for me, I want the signings we make this year to be significant in our relegation battle. I want to upgrade the right midfield role, but I want someone that is going to be our star player this year. Someone that knows how to survive relegation in the Premier League and someone that has good potential, of course. Michael Olise, the good thing about him is he has 12 months remaining on his contract, so there is an opportunity for us to get him on an absolute bargain here from Crystal Palace. 31.1 is what Vieira is going to reply. I'm going to say 28. I'm trying to be a stingy. We've got to make our money work for us. They say 31 again. Luckily, the tension's not going too crazy, but we'll say 29.2, which they are going to accept. Get in there, lads. We have made our first signing of the Premier League era here at Wigan Athletic. It is Olise making the jump from South London to Wigan. But we need some more money into the club if we're going to continue upgrading this squad and survive relegation. We've got Olise, so we no longer need Callum Lang, who is off to the Turkish league. And for me, the position I want to upgrade next is the left back role, which is why we're going to sell Van der Kust to this team here in Norway for £6.6 million. And we have spent just about every last penny we have to make a new left back signing. It's another former Crystal Palace player, although we signed Tyreek Mitchell from Newcastle United in this save, not from Selhurst Park. We have paid £28.5 million for the English left back. And we're no longer fully broke because we've sold 59 rated Chris Z for £250,000. Rolling in it. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready to be in another relegation battle. The one in season 1 took a couple of years off my life, but here we are in the Premier League, a very privileged position to be, but are we going to spend another year up here? Let's find out. But lads, I absolutely love producing these rebuilds for you guys. If you love watching them and you aren't already subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Don't just hit it, scorpion kick it. So far, so good. We're 5 points ahead of the relegation zone. We're sitting 13th, but we are by no means safe this season. It is an absolute logjam in the bottom half of the table. On the flip side though, we are so far away from top 4 football. Not that that's ever been even in the goals for this year, but it's still fun to look at. But at least we're not Watford. They're only on 8 points so far. And with 7 players off contract this year, we're going to struggle to re-sign all of these guys, let alone improve the squad this window. We are, however, going to send Miguel Aziz on a loan move for the remainder of the season. Get in there, lads. 13th in the Premier League. We survived relegation quite comfortably by the end of it, and we are going to spend another year in the Premier League, onwards and upwards from here. Fulham, Watford, and Wolves have all been relegated. Meanwhile, as we scroll up the table, the Premier League champions are actually going to be Chelsea this year. Chelsea have done the double. They've won the FA Cup. This is a far contrast from how they're doing in real life. They almost did the domestic treble, but Man United got one over them. Taking a look around Europe for the first time in this rebuild as well, AC Milan have won the Champions League, Barcelona win the Europa, and it is Sevilla getting some European silverware. Keen Lewis Potter was so clutch for us this year. Same with Anthony Scully. He continues to grow. Both those guys getting a numerous amount of goals this season. Elise, a strong start to life at Wigan Athletic. We will be saying goodbye to James Carragher this season though, as the player that looks honestly terrible in FIFA is off on a free transfer to the Saudi League. And I'm just going to let the contract of this Scott Smith fellow it's going to run out. That 6-month loan move though for Miguel Aziz worked an absolute charm. He's gone up 5 overall in just 6 months. But there we go, lads. We have survived relegation in the Premier League. Now I'm just hoping we don't get second season syndrome. About to begin this season with a move that might shock you all, but we are going to part ways with one of our star players in the rebuild to date. Anthony Scully is off to Goodison Park, off to Everton. We got £24.6 million for him. He's at the peak of his powers potentially, and I really want to get somebody that's going to be able to win us a Champions League. If Scully was 3 years younger, then I'd keep him, but at the moment, it's just the right call to make from a business sense. And I want to go in for a superstar left midfielder, a new star player. Gio Reyna could be that man. He's valued at £57.5 million. Let's see if we can get him from Borussia Dortmund. We're going to come in with an offer just over his market value of 60 million. They want 82 with a 10% so-long clause. Oh my god, this is this ain't happening. Nah, sorry. Oh, I really want a Gio Reyna. All right, lads. Instead, we're gonna see if we can try signing Marquinhos from Atletico Madrid. Let's start off with a £40 million offer. All right, I'm not paying 57. Let's say 45.9. Come on, Simeone. He is going to accept that one. Lovely. Here we go, lads. It's official. Marquinhos is the newest winger for this squad. Gonna sign the Brazilian and hope that this dude can be an absolute machine for us in this rebuild. Of course, as we've realized, he's a right midfielder and we've already got Elise there. So I'm gonna try playing, left midfielder 2 weeks. Let's make the conversion happen. Once again, though, it is another loan move for Thilo Asgard off to Almeria for the next 12 months. So really not the craziest transfer window. We got one player in, and that's all I want to do for the moment. I've kept some money in our back pocket so we can reassess how we're going come January 1st and see where we need to upgrade in this side. Marquinhos, time to become a left midfielder, staying in 83, and like always, get those 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot. I love that by the end of a monster rebuild, essentially the entire team has 5-star, and they're just absolute skillers. It's not good, lads. It's not good. Second season syndrome is real. We're currently 17th in the Premier League. We're 8 points ahead of the relegation zone, which gives me a bit of hope, but I do not want to be here. I wanted to be pushing towards mid-table, if not potentially a Conference League spot. But right now, we are almost entrenched in the relegation battle again. We need to make some big moves in this window. It hurts me to do this, but I have added Marco Tilio to the transfer list. He's not growing as much as I would have hoped, and we cannot afford to try rescuing his career any longer. We need to cash in and go up that table. Napoli have come in here, but I want to get towards that 33 mark. 33 million pounds would make it a lot easier to get a solid upgrade into the side this transfer window. Come on. No, he's gone up to 80, of course, as soon as I try to sell him. And they accept it. As if he's gone up to 80 the day that I add him to the transfer list. Overall, though, I still think it's the right move to make. At least I'm telling myself that so I can sleep at night. And there we go, lads. It is confirmed. Marco Tilio is packing his bags and heading to beautiful sunny Naples. And we have given ourselves a massive boost into surviving relegation this year. It is the Macedonian attacking midfielder, Elif Elmas, joining us here for a massive £40 million. But in hindsight, That's actually a bargain considering he's valued at just under 50 million. He's 85 rated. It's a +5 upgrade. I hope he just hits the ground running here at the DW Stadium. And I'm going to use the remainder of our budget to bring in a new backup attacking midfielder in Kwame Poku. The Ghanaian is going to join us from Peterborough United for £7 million. We survived. Good, we survived. We're on a pretty bad run of form towards the back end of the season and I was feeling quite nervous, but we have once again finished in our favorite position of 13th. The relegated sides, however, are Brighton, West Brom and Bournemouth. Might be able to pick up a few bargains from this Brighton team. Top of the table though, as we scroll up, it is going to be Manchester City once again winning a Premier League title. Fair play to Leeds United, 5th this year. Once again, we've lost the cup final. This time, it is the FA Cup final on penalties. We lost on penalties. Man City did win the Carabao Cup this season. AC Milan go back-to-back as Champions League winners. Tottenham have had a very good season. Man United, fair play to them, winning European silverware once again. Keane Lewis Potter has gone from someone that I was okay with, but kind of the back of my head like, we're probably going to upgrade in the next year or two, to a genuine star in this team. +4 growth to make him 83 overall and 19 goals this year. That is absolutely phenomenal. But I think the theme of this season has really been spreading the wealth. A lot of our players having good seasons overall. Jordan Jones, another one of our initial batch of players that will be leaving the club on a contract expiry this year. Get ready, lads. This season, I am blowing everything up. I don't want to be in relegation battles. I don't want to be mid-table. I want to start thinking about European football. So get ready. This is going to be good. Nobody is safe. We've made a new signing to start the season here, and it's going to be for a centre half. It is going to be for Pierre Kalulu, as the Frenchman is going to join us from Fiorentina. It's a massive player departure. This is someone that I kind of hoped and expected to be here for the entirety of the rebuild, but it is Levi Colwill off to Nice for £36.7 million. And his centre-back partner, Ronnie Edwards, is also out of the club and off to Everton. So we're going to have a whole brand new centre-half combination this year. And lads, like I said, nobody is safe. 3 of our core players for this rise up to the Premier League, they're gone. Alex Scott, the latest player, the latest Englishman leaving the club as we get £40 million to send him to Valencia. I told ya. Nobody's safe. I think that should have been evident when I sold Marco Tilio last year. We have gone from the all-English centre-back combination to now it's an all-French combination. Kalulu has a new centre-half partner, and it is Lukeba joining us here from Sevilla. And now it is time for us to go in for a centre midfielder. I want someone that is a certified star, and I've identified Quinton Timber as that man. I've never used this kid in a rebuild before, and I'm looking to get him into this squad. I'm going to say £54 million here to Ten Hag to sign the Dutchman, but they want a lot of money. Nah, no way I'm paying that much. Let's say 61.5. Come on, Ten Hag, accept 61.5. He does. I honestly didn't think he was going to accept that, and he was going to walk out of the room in a fit of rage. Come on, lads. We have got our man. It is Quinton Timber joining us from Manchester United. I think this signing has taken us from not even like, it doesn't feel right saying relegation battlers, but I think now we are Champions League or at least Europa League qualifying contenders. I'm so excited for this year. This might be the first season in the entire rebuild where I felt seriously optimistic about what we have coming forward. This team is looking good. There's so many young players that still have so much to offer, and I'm excited to see what they can do in this Premier League season. We're sitting 8th, lads. 8th in the Premier League. This is a massive improvement on last year, but I'm hunting for Manchester United, Newcastle. I want to see how far we can take it this year. Not sure how many big moves I'm going to have to be able to make this transfer window, but I'm going to try getting creative with it. Let's go do some deep researching. Let's go, lads. So I said I was going to do some deep digging, and that is where I found Darwin Nunez, 28 years of age, available on a pre-contract deal. I feel like pre-contracts are so scarce in FIFA 23 compared to FIFAs of past. And here we are, able to use one to our advantage massively. A star Marquee signing for next year. Welcome to Wigan in 6 months' time, Darwin Núñez. We've had our climb in the second half of the season, finishing 6th in the Premier League, and dependent on other results, I believe this means we're playing either Europa League or I think definitely Conference League at the worst. Man City though, only 3 losses and 9 points away from being both invincible and Centurions. That is mad. Who got relegated? Arsenal finishing 10th, but it is Southampton, Wolves and Burnley all going down. Man United have won the FA Cup. Oh, are we ever going to win a domestic trophy? We have lost, I think, our 3rd or 4th cup in this entire rebuild. Once again, losing the Carabao Cup to Man City. Man City have had a belter of a year. Inter Milan have won an all-Italian Europa League, and it is Galatasaray winning the Conference League. Keane Lewis Potter has had another great year. I'm so conflicted whether I keep him as our starting striker and change to a 2-striker formation to accommodate Darwin Núñez, or just live with the fact that Núñez should be the #1 striker. I'm going to have to really look at the formation and look at everyone else next year. Oh, this is just a sight to behold. Darwin Núñez, officially a Wigan Athletic player. You'll never see it in your lifetime. I mean, I'll never say never. I mean, they could get a Newcastle United takeover, but I am so excited to have the Uruguayan as our star man. I really want an upgrade at the right back position here, so I want to get a little bit of English flavor back into the side. We're going to go for Tino Livramento here from RB Leipzig. Bring him back to the Premier League. They're going to say 63.5. Let's meet him in the middle and say 60.5 mil. I still think we're overpaying slightly for this guy, but the right back is the #1 position I want to upgrade in. Let's go, lads. We've got our man. Our team is unreal. I cannot wait to show you guys what the starting 11 is looking like at the moment as we add Tino Livramento to the fold. And we are going to get ourselves a new backup goalkeeper. I wanted a backup goalkeeper that I could be solid enough that I would be comfortable him being our #1 if something did happen to Michael Cooper. So it is going to be Gavin Bazunu coming across here from Leeds United as we sign the Irishman. We knew what we wanted to do this window and we've just gone out there and done it. This team is so balanced. 86s, 87s, and the odd 85 here, there, and everywhere. This has got to be a team that qualifies for Champions League footy. Our bench is getting stronger and stronger. We're really starting to turn into a juggernaut of world football. Also, I can confirm we are in the Europa League this season. Buzzing about that one. Really want us to set the goal of winning the Europa League here this season. Halfway through the Premier League season, we currently sit inside of the top 4, but I wish we were up where Man City and Liverpool are because we are still having some work to do here. Just convert those draws into wins and we will be sweet, which is exactly what we did in the Europa League. Not a single loss, just 1 draw, and we topped our group. I really want to continue building out the reserves of this squad. I'm happy to keep the faith and trust the process with the starting 11 this season, but I want to continue developing. So we're going to sign Bobby Stewart here, a regen English centre half from Huddersfield for 16.9 million pounds. I had to do it, lads. I had to do it. Paul Pogba, 81 rated. He's going to be a backup player, and he knows it as well, accepting a sporadic squad role. But imagine, it's like the 90th minute. We got Paul Pogba. He comes on, he bangs in a mad free kick or does a stutter step penalty. I think it's fun. I think it's going to bring some nice experience and exuberance to a squad that is going to have a lot of football on its hands. Paul Pogba, welcome to Wigan Athletic. Man, this is so cool to see Pogba in a Wigan Athletic jersey. Got the Premier League badges on the arm as well, which is also sick. Get in there, lads. We have finished in the top 4. Nowhere near the Premier League title. I mean, nobody was near the Premier League title besides Manchester City. It looks like they are the top dogs, and they have been for quite some time. Leeds as well. We steal their goalkeeper, and they still finish above us. Come on. I want a big team to get relegated. Somebody big. Everton. I mean, 2 years ago, I would have been shocked by this. Now, it's just where they are. Man City doing the domestic double. Unfortunately, we made it to the semi-finals where we lost to Southampton. But we have finally, yes, we have finally won a trophy. We have won the Carabao Cup after what? 3 or 4 losses in Carabao Cup finals. We have won it by taking down Manchester United. PSG are the Champions League winners this year though. We lost the Europa League final. At least we know we are about to be a force to be reckoned with in Europe, but we lost the Europa League final to Lyon. That hurts the soul. Meanwhile, it is Genk winning the Conference League. Darwin has had an absolute belter of a first season at the club. Meanwhile, Marquinhos, arguably our best player, getting 24 goals, but 13 assists. The lads are going off this year. Darwin Nunes, scorer for the Blues. I'm going to be letting Stefan Baron and Adiko out of the club on free transfers, though. Really want to start bolstering up the entire reserves and bench to lift us all up. But our first Champions League experience is ahead of us here next season. Let's get into it. We have got a lot of money, like a lot of money. And there is one position that I want to improve more than any other, and that is the attacking midfield role. So I am going for an endgame player. I am going for a potential Ballon d'Or winner in this save. I am going for Philip Foden from Manchester City. Let's see if we can get him 209 million. What? The chief executive told me we could get him for 160. Oh my God. I hope we can afford this guy. I really want him. Like, there is nobody else that I want more in this season. 170, please, Pep. 180. Let's meet in the middle so I can actually afford his wages. This is ridiculous money. I'll never see this money in my life, but we've had it accepted from Pep Guardiola. Get in there. There he is, lads. He gets his own little press conference. Phil Foden is officially a Wigan Athletic player. He's only had to have a short drive down the motorway, but he is officially a Wigan Athletic player. Is this the transfer that has officially confirmed us as a Champions League contender? And of course, we are going to start the process to convert him into an attacking midfielder, which is only going to take 2 weeks. I wanted to make more signings, but obviously we had to prioritize signing Phil Foden. And I think our squad looks absolutely ridiculous because of it. I want some growth in players like Anderson, Livramento, even like Lacabra and Marquinhos. If we could, in a dream world, our entire starting 11 would be close to, if not 90 overall this year. We've built a dream team. Let's see if we can get a dream trophy and a dream season under our belt. Also, we can now convert Phil Foden officially to an attacking midfielder. I would love if he would go up to 93, which he does. Oh, that is another feather under our cap. It's our first experience in the Champions League, and my God, it is going to be a tough one. We're going to get 2 replays of the Europa League final from last year, as we've got Lyon in our group. We've also got Leipzig and Copenhagen. We're really going to see if we are the real deal or if we're just pretenders. This is beautiful to see. This is music, not even music, just a visual. This is eye-gasms that I am having right now. We have topped the group and we have gone with only just 1 loss. Maybe we truly are the real deal. But in the round of 16, I don't know if I'm going to say we've been given a fortunate draw, but it's definitely not the toughest I've ever had. It's Napoli. A Premier League title is the dream this year. It's a logjam between 1st and really 6th. There is so much room for a team to win a Premier League title. Why not us? I've decided not to make any moves in the January transfer window and jump into this Champions League knockout round. Really see what we are made of here at Wigan Athletic, taking on Napoli. We've sold a player to them, we've signed a couple for them, but nowhere in the starting 11 can we see that man. So the scoreline after the first leg is a 2-1 win. Darwin and Marquinhos getting their name on the scorer sheet. All right, we've got the advantage. We're at home. It's our first time playing Champions League knockout footy at the DW Stadium, but we had a whole year of the Europa League last year. Tilio is into the starting 11. I truly wonder, hold up. How good is Tilio at this stage of the career mode? Did we make the right decision in selling him? Yeah, only 82 overall. He really stalled. But regardless, here we go. It's the second leg. It's a 2-1 advantage against Napoli, and we are going to find ourselves in the quarterfinals. Tilio ended up scoring in the 88th minute. You better not have celebrated. You better have been throwing up these ones, Tilio. Otherwise, you'll be having cans thrown at you from the Wigan faithful. But it is going to be us progressing regardless. Things just got real. Things just got very, very real here in the Champions League. It is an all-English affair. It is Wigan Athletic versus Liverpool. We're at home for the first leg here. Let's see if we can keep that momentum we had after the Napoli first leg rolling here. Darwin, please. Please, Darwin, I'm talking to you now. Score 1,000 goals against your former side and celebrate like you mean it. The first... Oh my God. I mean, Darwin gets a brace. He missed a penalty, but he could have had a hat trick. We have just absolutely annihilated Liverpool here. 4-1. 4-1. Yeah. Come on, lads. Surely we ain't bottling this one. Surely not. 4-1 up. We travel away to Anfield. No injuries, no suspensions, and most importantly, do not make Liverpool look incredible. Do not bottle this, lads. The scoreline. Oh my God. Liverpool, fold. Fold your club right now. You've just lost 8-2 on the aggregate. Being exposed for the frauds you are. Oh my. What just happened? We need to keep that same energy. We've got Barcelona in the semi-finals. I was really hoping we were going to get RB Salzburg, but it's not to be. Barcelona versus Wigan Athletic. A sentence you probably never thought you were going to hear. We are once again rolling into this one with, no, I don't care about the press conference, for God's sake. Anyways, we've boosted our team morale after accidentally hitting the press conference button. Let's hope it's the difference at the Camp Nou here for the first leg. They got a man named Barbosa as their striker. But the scoreline after the first leg is a 3-2 win. Get in there. A lot of yellow cards. I'm hoping it doesn't mean suspensions. Olise, though, getting a goal along with Elmas and Castello Jr. We're flying in every sense of the occasion. Manager of the month here in 2030. We're in a great spot right now, fellas. I'm going to make sure I don't accidentally do the press conference, but we're in a great spot where we have the advantage, but it is not a crazy, super comfortable one. It is not a 4-1 advantage like we had against Liverpool. It's 3-2. This tie is still alive. Let's lock in and get ourselves to a Champions League final with Wigan Athletic. Yes, we do. Darwin Núñez is the man that gets us through to a Champions League final. He confirms it, and we're going to be versing either AC Milan or the Cinderella story of RB Salzburg for a chance at European glory. No! AC Milan beats Salzburg on penalties. That would have been incredible. But here it is, visual confirmation that we're going to be facing AC Milan in the 2030 Champions League final. This is going to be massive. I mean, they have dominated the Champions Leagues in this rebuild. A look around the grounds though, Juventus adding a Europa League to their trophy cabinet. Tottenham adding a Conference League to their rather bare trophy cabinet. I'm sorry, Tottenham fans, it was a low blow, but it was there to be done. We have added a Premier League title to our trophy cabinet. That is absolutely brilliant to see. Edging out Manchester City by 3 points and winning England's biggest prize. Buzzing about that one. It also means Champions League footy again next year, but the relegated sides, nobody really to write home about. Man City have won the FA Cup this year though, and Arsenal won the Carabao Cup. Darwin. The fact he managed to sign this man on a free from Liverpool, and then he has gone and just demolished them in the knockout rounds and scored 41 goals this year is incredible. Surely Darwin is going to be winning a Ballon d'Or if we don't win the rebuild this year, if we don't win the Champions League. Darwin Núñez, 41 goals, and I cannot wait to see what this man does in the Champions League final against AC Milan. Let's get after it. No. There needs to be an investigation into this. We're versing AC Milan in the Champions League final, and it's being played at the San Siro. The odds are stacked against us, but we're going to defy them anyways. Come on, Wigan. Defend this one, lads. Defend this one. That is a piss poor shot. Cooper in the right spot. Milan have come out of the gates firing in this game. Yes, what an interception, Livramento. I'm not going to lie, I was a little scared we're about to get in behind. Milan with all the resources here. They've squared it back. What a save! Michael Cooper keeping this one at a 0-0 scoreline. We need to wake up. Corner here for AC Milan. Get this one away, lads. Get it out of the danger zone. Marquinhos, head that one away. Nope. Cooper is on steroids. 2 questions. Number 1, what is our defense doing? How they let that one get through? And number 2, where can I buy what Michael Cooper's taken? Come on, lads. We can't rely on Cooper all day. We need to get this ball out of here. Tielemans in again. I'm smashing that X. It's come out though. Sailor Makers going there. Defend. Yes, just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Oh my God, they put it wide. Come on, we need to get something going here. We've been dominated so far in this game. Elise is going to put that one back post. Can we get a header? No, we can't. Win that ball. We can't again. They've put that one in the box there. AC Milan, they've gone through. Nuri up against Livramento. Going there to Rafael Leao. Dude's a beast. Rafael Leao. Yes. Nah, defend that. Defend. Don't concede on the stroke of half time. Yes, just clear it. I ain't gonna lie, lads. That's half time, and we got absolutely dominated in that half. Come on, lads. Get something going here to start the second half. We're going to play that one through there to Marquinhos. I was tempted to go early to Darwin. We're going to go back. We're going to go with Foden. Foden's gone through everyone. Oh my God. Mike Magnan is in no man's land. This could be the most undeserved lead we have ever had in a rebuild. No, I'm about to shithouse the game here. Look at that. We've gone back. I want to see the reverse angle of this. Foden's taken that shot. Magnan's just gone, and just crumbled. Look at this. This is going to be great viewing. I mean, he is going the wrong way. Nah, that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Did you guys just see that? Did you guys just see that? If I conceded that, this controller would be out the window right now. I'm so ready for all like the match fixing and sliders comments that are about to come my way. Cause yeah, that is not good from them. If we could not concede after getting the lead, that would be great. Oh my God. Going in behind Darwin Nunez. Darwin, green beams it, forced the save. Oh, it's another save from Magnum. We should have scored there. Elise, nice moves there. Still got possession. Been in a bit of a corner. Livramento's going to drill that one. Anderson, the captain. Anderson, we're trying to skill our way through. Trying to get a shot off. That's good defending from them, though. Come on, lads. We've really stepped it up in this second half. Let's not let all that go to waste. AC Milan on the attack here. It's Benjamin Sesko. Chill. We can live with that. We can live with that. Nothing silly, lads. Just hold on to possession and push for a second goal. Mitchell, back here to Marquinhos. Marquinhos trying to skill his way through. AC Milan on the attack. We've got a man down, but AC Milan do not care. They're not playing fair. AC Milan, do not do it to me like this. Just defend. Yes, Livramento. Get that one away. What a save from Cooper in the 90th minute. We've had a man down the whole time. He's injured here. Is it Timber? It is Timber. All right, we're going to bring on Aziz here for the final minute of the game. Please, just get this one away, lads. We're 18 seconds away from being European champions. One corner to defend. Tielemans putting that one in there. Head it away, blow the whistle, Aziz the man to clear it, and the whistle is blown! We have won the Champions League with Wigan Athletic. The crowd goes mad, and the Lactics are European champions. Oh, that was an unbelievable final. One of the worst pieces of goalkeeping in rebuild history, but we have done it ugly. Elliot Anderson, the Scotsman that we signed in the early days from Newcastle, is the man that is about to lift the Champions League trophy for Wigan Athletic. There we go. Lads, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another rebuild video.